Dude, I got fucking swatted, man. Oh man, dude. Yeah, dude, I got freaking swatted, man. I talked shit about Bubba Wallace one time, and people were like, "Gotta shut the stream down. Can't be talking bad about Bubba Wallace." Big rip. Sorry about that. We'll let everybody else kind of join in. Yeah, I got swatted for Bubba Wallace. No, I mean I'm right north of Houston, so I just lost power for like a short second, but I was like, damn it, I couldn't get the stream back on, so I had to bring up a new link. Everybody will have to retweet or retype everything that I was asking for. I hope Peter comes back because that's having fun. He fell right into it too. I had like right when it died, it was like three guys that already typed in. Actually, sir, Bubba Wallace has 3 wins. You silly goober. And then like some dude, you dropped the R word. I mean, man, I brought up Bubba Wallace and it brought down my whole internet. It. God dang it! It is so funny. Like anytime you bring Bubba Wallace up, it just falls apart. It's crazy. So I apologize for that. I got to bring everything back up. I don't even remember necessarily what I was talking about, but we will continue this. Give me a second here. But yeah, feel free to retype anything you want me to look at, or dude, I love making fun of Bubba Wallace. It's so easy. It's so fun. I didn't even get to see them all either. I was seeing all the Wallace stuff, and then everything crashed on my end. All right, so we got monetization back. Let me go ahead and throw this practice screen back up. So anyway, we're here now. Also, secondly, this is my first hurricane, not even a real hurricane, but I am excited. I love hurricanes and stuff. I've been like dying to be in a hurricane my entire life. And it sucks to be like a little cat one. I know some people are gonna get fucking destroyed and stuff, flooding all over the place, but I'm like, yeah, hurricane season, my first hurricane. Um, so that's where I'm at. Let's see as people kind of get back in here and join. Let's see what you guys are saying here. Oh yeah. So I don't know if it if all that came through, but I have Cindric um finishing one position higher than AJ Allmendier today. So like yet again, I'm from like with prize picks, I'm horrific at prize picks. And stuff. But from the outside looking in, I would probably take Cindric in that head to head, and I feel like he's probably the underdog in that head to head, so I'd probably take Cindric in that. Oh yeah, the Sims. Oh yeah, you asked about the Sims throwing Hamlin out. That's what I was going to look at because so I have. So when I start looking at like the plays that I want to focus on, it would be people like Alex Bowman at his price tag. I think Hamlin's a really good play. I think Ross Chastain, Busher, Blaney, Elliott's a really good play. Like these are probably the main from like 7th to 18th. I'm probably going to try and get like 3 of these guys in the each line, especially because I'm not playing the top 5. I think those would be the people I'd want to go with. Stuff. Yet again, as everybody starts coming back, at least we get 2 live streams a day. But I apologize for losing power shortly there. It wasn't so. Yeah, no. You mentioned Bubba Wallace, and like dude, the YouTube servers had never been pushed as hard as they had been when I mentioned Bubba Wallace, and there's like everybody, all 111 viewers of the stream, all typed in their opinions on Bubba Wallace at once. So I'm like right in between the Woodlands and Spring, Texas. That's like just north of Houston. Ideally, I'm not gonna get hit by anything, but I'll have like big winds and stuff tomorrow. I'll probably lose power, whatever. But I'm north of Houston, so like if I'm in trouble, I either died to a tornado or also there's a police standoff yesterday outside of my apartment. As we wait for more people to join. So like I did my stream yesterday, right? And then like maybe 45 minutes like right outside. Like I'm in, I'm in my room, um, doing my own thing, and I'm not gonna say I don't remember what the last guy's name was, but I guess whoever had a warrant out for his arrest or whatever is in the apartment building like directly across from me. And, I'm just in here. I got my blinds closed because I'm a little gooner, and I just like being in the dark. And there's police officers on like the good old CB of like, hey yo, we know you're in there. Come out. And I was like, what the fuck is going on out there? And so yesterday, this was outside my apartment. So they were like, they're just chilling. And this little dude had like he was in his little apartment, so I got to stare at that outside of my apartment. All day. Uh, but yeah, the hurricane. Like if I'm dead, it's because I was hit by a tornado, not the hurricane. Um, let's see. AJ. Yeah, Peter. You also. Yeah, Peter. Like you must really hate Bubba Wallace, man. If you're dropping the hard R, there's two hard R's, and you probably think of both of them when I bring up Bubba Wallace. I'm just saying. Um, let's see. I just got available, like, they just made Pick 6 available here in Texas. I mean, I got all the emails of like, make your first deposit and then you get like 100 free. I haven't even done that yet. I was like, I'll do that at some point when I'm bored. So I have no experience like with DK Pick 6 or anything like that. Bush to the rear. No, I wasn't. I didn't necessarily plan. I mean, I mentioned him as a play that I would go to, but I'm not concerned about anybody going to the rear. Mainly because Busher was fairly slow in general. Like, if anything, if I had any Busher here, which would probably have been small to begin with, but this is a situation where I probably would just pull all my Chris Busher and move that to like where's Blaney in terms of his practice speeds? I just went blank. Pretty much not that big of a fall off. Man, I just think Elliott's an awesome play today. I think Elliott's awesome. I think Hamlin's awesome. I think the GPP is won and controlled in this range. I really, really do. Let's see what else. Yeah, like when I was in Lubbock, I was so happy that I got to see like my first tornado form and stuff. I was like, oh my god, this is so cool. It was like people are losing their life and their investment, their houses and everything. I'm like, oh my god, that's so cool. Like I love that stuff. Yeah, and see, Dave, I don't know. I'm just dumb. Clearly, I'm a little memer. I'm a little veteran. You gotta thank me for my service, because I'm a real vet, man. And when it comes to like Mother Nature and stuff, like I can't swim. Like I grew up in El Paso in the desert. Why would I need to learn how to swim? So like if I'm caught out in like a flash flood, I'm just dead. Don't worry about it. There's no escape. So I'm pretty content with if I'm at the epicenter of a hurricane, I'm just dead. That's fine. Um, let's see. Thoughts on all the guys going to the back. So let's get an up to date because I know things kind of come in. Like I know Byron's going to the rear, but that's not a concern as big as other people and stuff. So let's go ahead and let me look through. Like, see, Bob is like, fuel is around 35 to 38 laps, but with cautions, a one-strap strategy is not out of the question. It's most likely going to be a one-stop. I think we're going to see guys stretch it probably more than that range because typically, the way I don't know how Bob does it because this guy's been like, check out this EV car, guys. NASCAR made this EV car. Woo, big PR. Woo, man. Like, okay, there's no other EV cars made. There's no manufacturer in it. There's no plans for any of these races. This is just a big PR stunt. And Bob is like, check out this EV car with everything it's doing. So I'm always very critical on EV, or on Bob Pockris and stuff. But typically the issue that comes from these reporters is that they ask like their two crew chiefs are like, how long are you gonna go on fuel? And then the crew chiefs are gonna tell them a fucking lie because the crew chief is not gonna just tell the reporter, oh, we can go exactly, 38.25 laps on a tank of fuel. That would be idiotic and stupid. And so they give a range of like, you know, 10 miles or so because, you know, at a 1.5, they'll be like, oh, you can go anywhere from like 65 to 75 laps or whatever. That's 10 miles. You know, Bob is like, you can go anywhere from 35 to 38 laps. That's like 12 miles, my guy. What do you mean the fuel window is who's pitting on lap 35 in a run? Okay. And so, like, I typically never ever listen to that. I just watch the races, and typically, like, even on races to where there's a lot of laps or whatever, like, they normally pit for tires first anyways. Like, fuel is it it's always a pain in the dick figuring out what their actual fuel one's going to be um for a weekend, because even if you look back at last year's and stuff, maybe they had different things going on. It's always very difficult to figure out a fuel mileage, but I think it's still pretty much a one-stop race. Anyway, I was going back to see how many guys are going to the rear. Let me see. Let me see. At the moment, we have Blaney, Byron, Burton, Keselowski, Berry, LaJoy, Jones, and Busher. That's 8 people. Okay. When we look, let's go ahead and highlight these little fellows here. So we got Blaney, we got Byron, and typically I'm not concerned at this at all. And like Blaney, say it out loud. Based on, okay, that's fine. We can or right. Oh yeah, Busher is going to the rest. Like, I could have just swore I said Busher was going to the rear too. Let's see. We weren't playing Burton to start. We weren't playing Keselowski because he was starting 10th. Barry's already at the rear, so that doesn't do anything to him. LaJoy is actually trash. Why would McDowell go to Spire? That's a move that's insane. Wasn't concerned about Haley going to Rick Ware, but the fact that, like, McDowell is like, yeah, you know what? I'm gonna leave the team that I've been with my entire time. Not that that really matters, but, like, yeah, I've spent nearly 2 decades at this piece of shit team. As soon as we become, you know, a tier 1 Ford team and I've won team, that's when I'm like, sorry guys, jumping ship. Who am I forgetting? I can't find Jones here. Where's Jones at? That Jones boy. Okay, so these guys are going to the rear. Doesn't change anything. Not playing him in general. Doesn't change anything. Jones. Let's see where Jones was at. Weren't playing him to begin with. Not playing LaJoy. Probably wouldn't. Let's see where Blaney is at. Doesn't change anything on Blaney. Probably not playing Busher. You weren't playing Keselowski anyway, so the guys to the rear doesn't matter, or has no impact on anything really, in my opinion. That's my 2 cents. Like, what? Like, dude, I just want LaJoy out of the series, dude. This guy's a liar. LaJoy sucks, man. LaJoy is actually bad. Let me see what else. Let's see. Looking forward to seeing Chris get ready. Yeah. No, man. I'm gonna be. I've always thought that too. Like, if I had nothing to do and it was like an off season, and who knows, you know, if shit's hitting the fan, thank God this hurricane's hitting during my off days. Dude, if I got nothing better to do and I'm bored out of my mind on Tuesday, I might just go and check out the damage report. I might just go check stuff out. Maybe Wednesday comes around because I'm probably not going to have power Monday. Might not have power Tuesday. I might have nothing better to do than just to drive to South Houston and see all these people who've just lost their entire savings or whatever. That's gonna be fun. Or if I'm on a helicopter, I'm not spelling out help with clothing or anything. I'm just gonna spell out DFS so you guys know it's me. Yeah, no problem. Okay, and you can't go back and listen to the old one on 2x, so that'll be really fast. My main favorite guys are gonna be coming from this range, from probably 7th to 18th. There was a Kyle Busch mentioned here. This is what's mainly concerned about Kyle Busch. Yet again, thank you for the data, AD. I don't know if you're here. My stream crashed on the other one. But I'm probably not going to play Kyle Busch. Man, we're currently raining a lot. I might lose power again. What else? I'm not playing the top 5 guys. I think that's probably a pretty good approach. That's not hugely negative EV. I just don't think it is. I'm not going to play H. Allmendinger today. Those are my big stands. What else we got here? Yeah. I mean, even like IndyCar sucks too, man. Everybody agrees how awesome the Indy 500 is, right? Heaven forbid we see them race at full speed anywhere else. Like I would care about IndyCar more if they raced at real tracks. I'm not gonna watch road courses. It's hard for me to even give a shit about F1. I'm not gonna watch IndyCar for fun at road courses. I'm not gonna watch IndyCar at short tracks. Like I want to see cars go 240 miles an hour or nothing. I'm not gonna watch people go slow. Alex, I've never had Corona. Straight up, sorry. Um, Blue Moon, and then way down is Coors because I get headaches with Coors and Coronas up there, whatever. Let's see. So, like you said, Logano moved up. So let's see where Logano is. Logano is starting in the back of the field. With same thing here, like AJ, like everybody moves up 8 positions, right? But when like even yet again starting the wet. I understand that last year, but like when you look at we'll look at this start and the one coming off of the what is it? Off lap 46 yellow. Now I could be wrong. Zero might be starting. We'll use one. We'll actually use a green flag lap. I know for sure is green. But when you see these guys who have game positions, maybe they like could be wrong here. Don't remember. These guys may have gone to the rear at the start of the race last year. That's why they're at the back of the field to start off with. But even still, like when you gain positions, like you're just probably you're not going to fly up through the field if you're that slow in practice. Which I have not mentioned Logano. So what is Logano's price? 76. Like ugh, speed is very concerning. Blaney was like 21st, right? Yeah, and then Cindric was also slow. I mean, Penske's just kind of fucking slow too. I probably would not play Logano either, because I think he'll probably get past or he won't be able to like. It's not that he gets past. Sure, he gains 8 positions, starts 26th, but when you have like truly like a 28th fastest car, you are going to get past, and we'll probably see Logano run anywhere from probably 22nd to probably 32nd all day. Like even similar with like Allgaier and Creed yesterday, like they did struggle getting up through the field and stuff. Like they'd pass groups of cars and then they'd kind of get stuck right in a position or whatever. Like you can't. I'm just very very hesitant on any place differential in this race. Straight up. Now if we have weather or flip flops or whatever, like things could happen. But I'm just not gonna. The gut feeling I had last year, like in last year's race, I was like, "Fuck, I played this wrong. I should not have played place differential." And I told myself last year, when we come back, I'm not playing place differential. So that's where I'm at. Let's see. But yeah, I think that's it. And between this one and last one, I've been live for like 50 minutes. We have plenty, 3 hours until lock. I think those are my approaches. I'm gonna focus on playing guys who are in fast cars and not playing place differential plays. Any place differential play is going to be somebody who gives me like 8 PD upside, probably starting in the middle of the pack, who can potentially finish in the top 10. I think that's how you should approach it. I think yesterday showed that is going to be that's very viable. They're going to be scoring all lineups today are going to be scoring very very similar, and it's just going to come down to how crazy it gets. And I just don't think this race is going to be that crazy. I don't think we're going to have a big pileup. I don't think we're going to have huge crashes, and I don't think the leaders are going to take each other out. The only thing I'd be concerned about is guys hitting the wall and breaking toe links and shit. Like if we do have yellows, I think it'll be 1, 2, 3 single car spins and stuff like that. I don't think we're going to see a big one. It'll be somebody in a tire barrier or whatever. So even if it's an attrition race, I don't like how big of an attrition race is it? You know, we might have like 4 DNFs, 5 DNFs, but we're not going to have a huge amount of people not finish the race. And so I think you just play the fastest cars. And so that would default to, oh, this is alphabetical order. Give me a second. Give me a second here. AD, I gotta save or not save. You're gonna save me time. Let me get the rankings really fast just to visualize this. Thank you for your service. Oh, fuck. I didn't mean to do that. Left. Give me. Get off. Get off. Get off. Left. So when you look at this, you sort it by this. I mean, this is where we're at. Does this not look? Now, yet again, in the middle of the race, people had already pitted, but when you rank guys by how fast they were in practice by their 5-lap speeds, you look at where they're starting, and then you look at where people were at this stage in the race last year before Bowman blew a motor, and you look at where people were scoring at that exact moment. Yes, PD due to people, pitting and having yellows before, but when you look at where they're at in their DraftKings points at that part in the race, you see where they started, and it looks pretty similar to where people were at in speed in terms of practice speeds, in terms of their best 5 laps, and those laps averaged out. That's where they're starting. I think that's why, like, the place differential that I probably want to play if I'm playing place differential would be people like Chase Elliott, would be people like Truex, because at least Truex is showing where are we at? Where's Truex at? Showing speed. Like, this stuff is lining up pretty similar, So that's why I'm going this direction. If I'm wrong, maybe I did play it right last year and place differential was the way to go. But I've just seen enough to see enough guys line up with where they're at to where I probably just want to play that way. And yeah, I think that's about it. Let's see what you guys are saying past that. Let me see. What do you think about Chase Briscoe? I don't have an opinion on Chase Briscoe at the moment. Better than AJ. I probably won't have Chase. Also, I'm not gonna do a lot of lines. I haven't figured the number yet, but I'm not gonna throw like $400 at this race. So I don't know if I'm gonna play enough to even get to Briscoe. I think Briscoe's a much better play than, like, let's see what his price is before I say this. Yeah, Briscoe's at 72. I mean, you have him, you have Bowman. Actually, Briscoe and Bowman might be the two best 7K plays, actually. Because, like, Busch doesn't have the speed. Blaney's to the rear, plus he doesn't have a ton of speed. We're not playing Logano. Probably not playing Cindric. And so Bowman and Briscoe might be the two best 7K plays, and they might be the de facto only two 7K guys you could actually play realistically, if that helps you in any form or fashion. Yeah. Bye, Alex. But yeah, that's about it. Hopefully this helps you guys out. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Sorry that the stream cut out, but that's, the interwebs. That's Al Gore's internet cutting out. I apologize for that. But I'll see you guys for Pocono next week, and best of luck. And yeah, hopefully you guys don't get completely fucking crushed on this Chicago street course. I'll see you guys later.